Hey everybody, this is Melina from ScrapbookingWithMe.com and Me Crafty Scrapper here on YouTube and Instagram and over on Facebook at Me Crafty Scrapper Creates. And today is an M Scrapbusters, and that is a weekly challenge I have here on my channel to help you use up your scraps. And today we're making the cutest little project. I love this thing. We have made similar things in the past, but this one has a patchwork kind of theme to it. So you will need 3 pieces of scrap for the base of this project. And it is a sheet here and a sheet here that are the same size, and then a little sheet for your spine, and you just fold it in half and that becomes your spine, and you put it together and you have a little tuxedo pocket on this side that has 2 little tuck spaces in it, and then you have a removable scrap notepad that I just love. We've made some of these in the past, and the little notepad has always been a permanent fixture, and I just love that these are removable. I've just used a simple little mini paper clip to hold it in place, and I love that this is reusable. So once you use up this little notepad however you want to use it, then you can take it out and put another one in. So that's what we're making today in M Scrapbusters, and I have my next one. You can make these any size. That's a little mini. This one's a little bit bigger. It's about 5.5 by 3.5. This one was only 4.25 by 2.5, so that was a tiny one. And then this one, I wanted this as my front and this as the back, so I'm going to flip it over that way, and I'm going to use a piece of black, maybe. That black is not going to be tall enough. I would like to use some black if nothing else. Yep, I don't have another piece tall enough. So let's find a scrap piece of black cardstock, and I'm going to put that on the side as my spine. Okay, and I will cut this at about, let's see here, maybe a good 1.25 inches, and we'll see how that looks. Make sure it's the same height or close anyway. Yeah, we're good. Okay, and then your little scrap piece that you have for the spine, you're just going to fold it in half. So if you've got a 1.5 inch piece, a 1.25 inch piece, whatever you have, just manipulate it into a fold. You can also use your scoreboard if you want to, but you know, with these little scrappy nothing kind of projects, you're just using scraps. Just make as few steps as possible. That's my motto on these anyway. Okay, with the black cardstock, I don't have to ink that, so what I'm going to do is put glue on both sides of the fold. I'm going to put my front piece on the spine on the one side and line it up, and then I'm going to put my back piece on the one side and line it up, just making sure that I'm not going over the fold, but everything's getting lined up like it should be. That looks good. And then if you have any glue that has squished, you can go back and fix that. I have just did an overhaul of my mat that's sitting here because it had glue all over it. So I got my little rubber square and went to town on my mat. and got as much of that excess glue off of there as I possibly could. Then when you have all of that excess off, you're going to fold it over and then just make sure that everything meets up pretty well. Doesn't matter if you've got just a little bit of overhang. If you're concerned with that, just go back down and cut that little sliver off. I've got just the tiniest of overhang right there. But I mean, if you keep on and keep on cutting, more than likely you'll mess it up. So just leave it as is. No worries. Okay, and then we're going to, or I'm going to, round my corners. And so see, it's a nice little notebook already, and then we're just going to add two. I'm going to ink my edges, and then you'll want to go back and put any glue on the fronts here of that spine where it might be popping up. I didn't get all the way to the edge because I didn't want to deal with a bunch of goopy glue, but I will need to go back and make sure that the spine is flush on these. So I'm inking the outside. I'm going to open it up and I'm going to ink everything on the inside. We have a trip to our recording studio this week. We're recording our vocals for our brand new CD that is coming out. Probably will be, I don't know, August, September before we get it back. But we are about to go in studio and get those vocals done, and we're all nervous. That's always a nerve-wracking little thing to have to do, and it's time-consuming, and you just have to work with your producer and know how long it's going to take, and make sure that you're taking care of yourself and at the same time, because it's very easy to get in the studio and just work at it, and then time gets away from you and you haven't eaten lunch, you haven't hydrated yourself, and then you leave the studio very cranky. That's my biggest thing. I'm pretty comfortable with the songs that we're doing, the originals that we're doing. We've practiced some in between Bethany's sickness. She's a lot better, by the way. So I'm pretty comfortable with that. It's just the whole making sure we take time out for ourselves while we're there. Let's see. Okay, so that's how I want it. Then for this inside tuxedo pocket or crisscross pocket, whatever you want to call it, I get the easiest way to do this is to get a rectangle piece that is as wide as this. So see, we've got just a little bit of overhang. So what I will do is trim this off. I'm not going to trim the corner yet. I'm just going to trim it off so it is as wide as my booklet front. And then I'm going to put it on my trimmer on the diagonal. So point and point, and you just have to kind of wiggle and work that like that. And it's just a rectangle. It doesn't matter how tall it is, nothing. Okay. And then you're going to line it up just like this. And you've got your tuxedo part of your pocket ready. So I'm going to line that up, and I'm going to glue just along the very bottom. And then I'll need to ink my pieces. I'm using walnut stain today. walnut stain and oxide. I like how dark it is. Vintage photo sometimes is not dark enough for me. And then you can ink this little part here. Just don't glue too far up in there, because that's going to be your second little tuck space, like that. And then you put it in here and you make sure that nothing is going over your fold. And you put glue on 3 sides, the tiniest little line of glue that you can possibly squeeze out of there. Some of y'all got those really, really fine tips on your glue bottles, and I just have not took the time to do that. Ain't that silly? Line that up. And then you are going to, easiest way to trim off that little point is with scissors. Around that corner of that pocket that's in there. Okay, so there is that, and you have a tuck space here, and then you have the full pocket there. Of course, since that's a one-sided piece of cardstock, we would probably need to cover that in some way. I'm thinking maybe I've got some book page or something that I can kind of put back here. Found some torn mulberry paper in my scrap pile. What I'll do is put glue all over the back of this, and then try to slide it down in here so it gets back behind the pockets. And then I'm going to add this book page. I'm going to pull up on my pocket this time and squish that down in there. Okay, so that pretty much covers up our page there, and I think I'll get a little bit of this washi tape and do right up the edge, and that will take care of that very white background. I had to hold it up so my old eyes could see. Okay, and so it's kind of like a little bit of collage on the inside there. And I'll use my sticky scissors to cut off this excess washi. And then that mulberry paper that's over the top too. Okay, I put the washi over my pocket, and I'm just going to cut all the way up to there, and then press that down and press that down. And now I have my pocket open again on the edge there. Okay, now I need to add something down into this pocket, and I think I will fold this over, add that, just a little narrow something, but then I can add a little ticket. This is from Rach and Bella, little digital they had. Add a little ticket right there, and I still think it needs a little something. Ooh, I know, I could put a Project Life card in there. I'm thinking that it's going to fit pretty easily since I made this one a little bit bigger. And add that back behind there. Cute. All kinds of little things to put in there if we want to. And now for the notepad on this side, I think I'll use this so it'll just go along with that. I'm going to measure this out where I need to trim it, and just use my scissors to trim up and fold it in half. And then just get some kind of scrap paper to put in there. This is a great place to use up some of that Tim Holtz wallpaper, especially if it's something you don't care for the look of. Like, that's nothing that I really love that much. So I will add some of this, and let's add some regular tea stain paper first. That was folded, so let's trim that up. And we'll add that, and a little bit of that, and some of this, and then another piece back there. I would, you know, maybe, I don't know, 6 pieces, maybe. Just like that. And then I'm going to put, this is just the easy way for me, instead of cutting down a bunch of scrap paper and then going, oh wait, that's too little, or oh wait, that's too big. I just put it all in that. Then I'm going to measure out where this needs to be trimmed off and get my pencil. So there's my trim off place at the bottom. Just the easiest way for me to make scrap notepads. And then I'm going to come as straight as possible, cutting my own self. There we go. Then we got these little giblets of paper that we'll just put in the garbage. And then I think I want to turn this one this way, just cause. And so look at that. That is like some really, really scrap paper right there. And then I get my Tim Holtz tiny attacher, or just use your stapler, whatever you have. And there's your little notebook made. And then get you a paper clip of any kind. And pop that little bad boy on there. And you have your notepad made. Now you just want to do some decorating maybe. On this one, I added an oval from those punch-out library cards that we made the other day. So I used that on this one. Look at that, how cute that would be. I like that. Let's do another little floral if we can find something to add there. Okay, I'm going to ink that little piece up. It's another way I like using up the pieces from when I get out my die cut machine. Then you've got little die cut pieces to use on other things. And I have this ticket piece, the stickers. I'm going to put them like that, and a little word phrase maybe. Let's go with be authentic. Just put that right there. So simple little decoration for the outside of it. And then we'll want to do something there. I love that little library card piece. Just a little scrap piece. And add that on. And there's that notebook done. There's 2. And that spine really stands out on that one. You can do them where they mix in a little more, however you would like. I got this little piece out because I wanted to add that in there too. That's a cute piece. Lovely. Alright, let's make another one. You can use your Project Life cards to make these if you want to. That's an easy way to get these done if you've got Project Life cards. And I love these two pieces. That one says Hope on the front, and then that's just some like a pattern on the back of that one. And if we put these together, I want to do this really thin so you can still see the entire word. There won't even have to be any decoration on this one if we don't want to. And let's trim this spine down. Okay, I'm going to fold it over. I'm going to go ahead and put it on there, and then I will trim it down to the size of my Project Life cards. Get it folded in half. You know, the skinnier you make the spine, the harder it is to fold it in half correctly. Okay, so if I put that on there, yeah, you're still going to be able to see the H. I love that. And let's go ahead and put glue on both sides. Put my first one, my front there, and my back lined up there. Cute. And press together. Go ahead and trim off. That gets you that straight edge on the back side there. If you're using Project Life cards that are already corner rounded, that'll get you that straight edge back there. Good, good, good. Oh, that's cute. I like that one. And then we're going to open it up. I'm going to use my messy rag to wipe off any excess glue. And then I'm going to ink everything, front, back, and inside. And I'm going to bend that back and ink that middle spine. And let's go ahead and cover this up. Now my tuxedo pocket is going to cover up that Saturday, so I don't have to worry about that. I do like this pink piece here, and it is a good size. I like that. Let's come up just a little bit, and then I'm going to trim off what I don't need. And put this little piece that I just trimmed on my trimmer at a diagonal. Chomp that. Okay. And I'm just going to make sure that everything looks good. If I line it up at each point, and it does, I'm going to go ahead and let's do this one over the top like we did the very first one, the prototype. I'm going to ink everything just in case something does get seen, but usually you just need that top layer inked on a tuxedo pocket. But you never know when I don't line up something right, and then you'll be able to see it, and then I'll be like, why didn't I ink all of that? Tiniest little line of glue. You're just going to line it up. Remember, leave that open for your little tuck space. And I almost forgot again. Let's cover this up with something. Oh, I like that. I like just a little bit of that graph paper like showing. So let's do that. Let's cover this up and just trim that off. Okay. And ink up that and add it on. And then we can put on our pocket. Whoop. Okay, at the top, without going over. Okay, and then a little bit of glue on 3 sides. It goes down here, and then we cover up what we didn't want seen. And I'm going to use my sticky scissors to trim off that corner. Done. So that's ready for some stuff to be stuffed in it. I think I will use this as my topper. I'm going to cut it in half because I don't need that much. And then that piece can be used for something else. And then I'm going to measure this out where I need to cut it off. Right there. Fold in half. And of course you can ink this up. This one I didn't because it was black cardstock, solid black cardstock, so I didn't need to. You just need to ink up one side. Then I'm going to line up some papers. I can do this one again, almost a perfect fit there. Let's do this one and another one of these. And then we can even do some book page. Just line it up back there, that Lila Rose. She's got to know who all's coming in. It's just Aaron coming in from walking. Y'all, he has worn out his shoes and had to buy more because he does so much walking. And then I'm going to line this up just like that. And then get my pencil back out and figure out where I need to trim this off. I'm going to trim it just a little shorter than the book itself. So as straight across as I can. And then I'm going to trim this up some because it's a little too much. Great goodness, what in the... look at that. I was trying to cut through an enamel dot, a clear enamel dot. I was wondering what in the world is so thick right there that I can't cut through it. It doesn't need to be in my notepad if it's that thick. Okay, and then my Tim Holtz tiny attacher. Let's move this to the center a little bit more. Okay. And attach that together. I'm going to ink the top of this a little bit more. All right, let's see. Ain't that beautiful? That is beautiful paper. Beautiful, beautifully dyed paper that was gifted to me. Okay, and then just get a little paper clip. Attach that on. So you've got your little scrap notepad there. And then we have a little tuck space over here. Those are very cute in that. And let's trim this down so we can fit that in there. Okay, there's that. It's not even cut straight, and I don't care. And then get a little something to decorate the front of that. Ooh, let's do this with a little, I saw a circle of a butterfly somewhere. Yep, there it is. We can do that on there. And then I'll cut out this little butterfly die cut. And glue that down. And then glue this one down. Cute. So there's our little decoration for our pocket and our notepad in there, and then just some little pieces in there for journaling. And then we've got this on the outside. Let's put that little clear enamel dot that got in my way a while ago. Let's put that on the middle of that star. Cute! That is so pretty. I love these. I love how easy they are to make. I mean, just so simple, and they use up tons of scraps. Let's do one more. Let's do a taller one. A tall, skinny one, maybe. Let's see how that'll work out. We can use both pieces from this, I think. And it's just going to be sideways. So let's do one that is about 2.5 inches tall. That's a nice skinny one. Let's do this side here. Okay, is that the same? It is, and they are about 4 3/4 tall, but only 2.5 inches wide. That is cute. I like that. Do a little tall, skinny one. And I think I want this as my front, that as the back. So it'll go together like this. And then for our spine, I have this, it's just barely inked index card. And I love it. It's already been folded one way. I'm going to fold it another way. And then since it is so white, mostly white, I will ink it. Just make sure, yep, it's all enough. This one's cute. I like that. Easiest part of the whole thing is putting glue on both sides of your fold of the spine. And then plopping that right in. You can go all the way to the top if you want to, and then you'll just have excess to cut off of the bottom. And then put this one in same way. Squish it onto that spine. And then fold it together. Use your sticky scissors. and trim off the bottom. Then you can ink all of the rest of it. Okay, and open it up. Beautiful. Kind of burnish that down. I'm going to round my corners and ink outside and inside. So anyways, after we get done with our vocals this week, we come home for about a half a day and we get ready for 2 singings we have on Sunday. But they're both in Alabama, not too far away, so not too bad of a weekend. We needed the rest after last weekend of sickness, and my back was not feeling the best in the world either, so it was a good time to rest. Alright, so that was our biggest one there, and then those 2 almost about, you know, same size, and then this one is tall and skinny, so it's taller than those but still smaller than that one. How would that look doing a stack of these and giving them to a friend? A stack like that. That would be too cute. I would love to receive something like that from somebody. Okay, so we've done our spine. Now we need to do that pocket. And I'm going to do just a little small one here from a piece of scrap craft paper. Line it up. Trim it to size. Then get my trimmer, go on the diagonal. And figure out which way you're going with it. I'm going to go on top that way. Yep. And I'm going to ink my edges. And then just barely a little line of glue at the very bottom to attach these together. Okay. And then my background's good on that one. I don't think I need to do anything extra to that. Put some glue on the back side. Remember, go all the way to the very tip top. Because if you don't, when you start sliding stuff in and out of it, it could tear on you. Okay, and I'm going all the way to the edge with that, getting off the excess glue, and then trimming that corner. Okay, there's that. Then I think I'll just use that same paper we used a while ago. And I'm going to make my pencil mark where I need to cut it. Well, paper clips came with me. We'll just keep that one there since we're going to use it anyway. Trim off that, fold it in half. And then line up some papers. This was some fun paper right here. We did typed out some words from our vintage typewriter. So that's cool. I like that, and I'm wanting to put that in just like that. So that'll be our first page. And I'll just start lining up a few things. There's 3. 4. 5. And one more piece of something. Let's do just that book page right there. That works. There's 6. And I'm lining that up. And then we got to figure out how far down we need this trimmed. About right there. And I'm just trusting my cutting skills, which is very dangerous, by the way. And I need to move this over some to there. Okay, and then up we go to the tippy top there. And get my Tim Holtz tiny attacher. Staple those. Ink if you wish. And then use your little paper clip. And attach the notepad on, your little scrap pad on there. How cute is that? I love it. And then we've got a little piece here we can put in there. We've got some tea-dyed paper that we can put down in the back here. I have to take this little piece out so that I can see both of the triangles. We need to fold this a little more narrow. I'll fold it over like an envelope. There we go. And get that put back there. I like this side better. I want it sticking out of the top. Okay. And then this little piece here. So our inside is done except for decoration. And we can add this little piece on there after we ink it a little bit. Just simple little decoration, y'all. You don't have to be crazy. You can be original. How about that? This is definitely original, that's for sure. And then on the outside here, I'm thinking that is gorgeous. So we'll do that and maybe some floral piece, or, oh, I know. We could do one of these. One of these dried flower stickers that I've had in my stash forever. Let's try, oh, that one is gorgeous. So if we ink that and put it in the center, I really like it up like that. Let's trim it off here. And we have to bend it over to get a good grip on the backing. Alright, get the backing off of that crazy sticker. I'm going to ink this up. And glue it on. Alright, and then line the sticker up however you want it. You can cut off excess. just have a tiny little piece here that needs trimming. Okay, and then maybe another little word label somewhere. How about, oh, this has got Happy Easter kind of stuff on it. Today is a new day. Let's just put it right across the front right there. Oh, I like that. Very pretty. Good use of those contrary transparent stickers, because sometimes those things can be boogers, y'all. I know I've had plenty of y'all tell me they were boogers for you. Alright, so that is our M Scrap Busters challenge this week. I hope you have enjoyed it. It is simple, but I hope it is something that maybe you needed for one of your journals. And these can be put into journal pockets. They can be used, you could put a gift card down in here and write some notes to the recipient and use them in Happy Mail. They're very easy for transport and Happy Mail. So that's another way you could use these up. Thank y'all for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. Again, y'all have a great day. God bless. You are my people, and I thank you for sticking around and being with me at my channel. Bye, y'all.